Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. Last time around there was quite a naval episode with quite a few ships going belly up, most of them being our enemies. With that said, since last time we've marched on quite a bit. Now I don't remember exactly where I ended off, but I've done quite a few turns preparing for my Gallipoli campaign against the Ottomans, and also just modernizing the army since we were able to research the trench warfare doctrine. So with that, I have launched, first and foremost, we've launched a new army to take the place of the old expeditionary force right here. So here's the old one, commanded by Sir John French. We've got Royal Dragoons, some regulars, foot guards, and some Highlanders and stuff like that. And here we got the new one. It's basically very similar to the old one, just that it's new modern troops. So still a lot of foot guards. As someone pointed out, he thought that I should rename these to like be the actual foot guard units. I haven't gotten around to that, so that won't be for to the what is this? This is the 5th episode, so it would be in 6th that would show. So we got all the foot guards, 6 foot guard battalions. Then we got 3 Scottish battalions now with the helmet, and then 2 sappers, 1 heavy howitzer, 1 mustard gas projectile. We got 2 field guns, the new ones, and then we got 2 machine guns and 2 rifle cavalry, plus a new general, Sir Douglas Haig, has taken over. So I'm actually gonna completely remove this one, and it will instead be replaced by a new one that I'm gonna recruit. That's gonna go on the Western Front. But yes, before we go ahead and show that, we should show the army that I'm planning to send to Gallipoli. So it's right here, right now, and it's gonna go right here and pick up the general right about in a second or two. So this one is comprised of, I believe it's 5 Australian battalions, 2 New Zealand battalions, 3 Highlanders. We've got a heavy howitzer, mustard gas, 2 field guns, 2 machine guns. Then we've got 3 Australian light horse. And here we've got the extra, those 2 missing Australian infantry and the missing New Zealand. And they're going to be commanded by Sir Horace Smith Dorian. And we're going to pick them up here. What is this ship? Oh yes, I sent that one out just so that wouldn't be part of the force. So we're gonna pick these up, and we got that full stack that is now gonna head off to deal with the Ottomans. I've got 3 Royal Marines just stationed here just in case. So it's gonna slowly jump its way across here. I could, I guess, split it for transport, but the thing is, I'm gonna need the main ships to go first anyways, because I need to protect the transport. But it can be detached, I guess. And then what I want to do, because we still have a few of these special regiments that haven't been placed in an army as of the introduction of trench warfare. So we've got the King's African Rifles. We also have the Canadian Shock Troops. And as we go along here, we got the West Indies Regiment, the single one. And then the Indian Regiments. But this army will be sent to the Western Front most likely. Right now, I'm actually going with Haig towards the Rheinland. And we're gonna see about occupying that. Now, the Rheinland is part of my victory conditions, so we will be occupying victory conditions. We will not be turning that over to other countries, as it were, as we have done in the past. Maybe late stage campaign, it could be an occupied zone for, say, the Belgians or whatnot, but not right now anyways. Also, we have spawned a bomber aircraft. So the bomber aircraft right now, its only task is to keep an eye on the French so they don't lose this region, or just keep an eye on so the Germans don't build up a lot of troops and you know, throw the French back. With that said, let's go ahead and end turn until we can reach. It's going to take us about 2 turns to get the Rheinland, then fight in the Rheinland. I'm actually a little bit surprised because there were more troops here. There was a secondary army here, and I'm not entirely sure what that one went. Now, as we can see here, there's actually quite a lot of forces over here. We've got Ludendorff in command of that army, and another general over here. Another general over there. Ludendorff is the one with the most stars. He doesn't look like he would be called... The general would be called Ludendorff, though. So the Germans are building up here. But at the same time, I mean, the Germans have lost a lot. The Russians have been working quite hard, as we can see. They've taken 3 territories. Quite unusual for the AI to be that aggressive. And the Germans haven't been able to push back. There's a long jump in between these two, so I can kind of understand that. But now the Russians are completely surrounding the Warsaw-Poland region. So I wonder if that's going to fall next, more than a jump into sort of the heartland of the German Empire, as it were. Anyways, staying around here talking about the map won't get us any further. We'll have to actually execute some plans. So with that said, Haig is on his way across and into the Rhineland. With that said, let's end turn. We've got a reconnaissance aircraft being spawned in England, but I also notice here, quite alarmingly, 3 rebellion posts. Not entirely sure what that's all about. Ireland, Ireland, Ireland. Ireland managed to revolt 3 times. Not massive forces. We got single infantry over there, we got another one there, and then a bit more here. Now I only have the territorial infantry. But I'm thinking we can stand pretty well against these. Easter Rising. 2000% to the civil unrest. Ooh. Not good. It doesn't spread to the other areas, right? No. Everyone else stays calm. Stay calm! Stay calm! I've got, for my other army that I was planning to build, Admiral Allenby, could have him dispatched. And I even have... No, where did I put the second... I've got another ship somewhere. Another... Oh no, it's here in the channel, right? There. Transport. I'm not too worried. It's still, you know, proper infantry regiments that are coming up against us. I don't really have time to recruit a lot. Since it's rebels, I imagine they're gonna actually be able to attack before I recruit anything, but we might as well try to get 3 service battalions in there. And we'll have to raise a force to put them down. And I think given that we can actually move from London all the way to the port here, I'm guessing I'm just gonna move the transport ship, or we might as well transport them through the transport ship. We need troops quickly though. So I guess, yeah, we'll get the special troops. So we'll get all the Indians. We got 4 Indian, we got the West Indies, we'll get Kings, African Rifle. I think we get one of those because we'll get plenty of the others anyways. And then we'll have 2 Canadians, I believe. I couldn't afford any more Canadians. So that's the army to start with anyways. Maybe more African rifles, Royal Marines, Rifle Corps Service Battalions. We do have... no. That's it for that. Huh. I did not have that planned for Easter Rising. I can tell you that. We managed to actually get here. It's Mackensen! August von Mackensen is here. He's gonna get stomped. He does not have enough troops. So most of his army is actually made up of Home Guard. While I have a sizable force, 2,500 men of regular troops. And most of his troops, as I said, Home Guard. I'm repeating myself.
Siege works underway.
Right. Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and attack here, and then we can deal with the Easter Rising in the back part of the episode. Right. Let's go ahead
Run up the colors.
and attack. Not much of a battle. Mackensen does not really stand a chance against us, given the troops he has, and especially the troops I have. So we've got the heavy artillery in the back, and then we've got the 2 field artilleries strung out here, with 2 of the foot guards on that side, with 4 on that. Machine guns in the center. We've got the sappers placing bombs right there. The Scots moving towards this hill, and hitting the cavalry over on the right. With that said, let's go ahead and start the battle. First things first, so order the machine guns forward and order the sappers. Maybe I should have ordered the sappers back first. We're gonna take control of this wooded area. We're losing a lot of sappers very quickly. Gonna move forward here. And the Scots gonna move to, first and foremost, take the high ground, but then move beyond the high ground to the woods. Ooh, the sappers are getting hit hard. But it's dragging the German troops towards the 2 bombs. So, the 2 bombs and the machine guns, I should say. Gas being deployed. I will actually set the gas to fire on the enemy's machine guns before they deal with my Scottish battalions, and the Scottish battalions will not be cresting that hill. There we go, Mackensen. Poor fellow, he rode straight onto the big bomb, did he not? And well, he certainly doesn't live anymore. The second one will go off in among the 68th Infantry. There we go. 68th Infantry and whatever poor infantry was next to it. The 5th, a single soldier. I was about to say a single soldier. That soldier actually died. These need to get up into in line with the machine guns. And we haven't hit that machine gun. I can't move up to the hill as long as that machine gun is still present. All artillery will fire upon it. The machine guns are coming under fire. They are targeting the wrong units. They should be targeting the units that are firing onto them. So the 4th Infantry here in the woods, together with the Marines. Actually, I think we should target the Marines. And we'll get the rest as it goes. Keep up the fire, lads. The foot guard is crushing the home guard. No surprise there. The units are getting destroyed, cut to pieces. We got another machine gun over there. Let's see. Quite a lot of this is done. If the Scots quick enough to get up into position, I'm sure we can destroy it just by rifle fire. Now all the artillery will turn to the machine gun over on this side instead. We've been tearing these guys up. You can tear this one up through the flank, right? And then you can focus on the most numerous unit. Actually, If you fire on this one, you'll fire through 2 units. Is it starting to turn towards the Scots? Didn't I order all the artillery to target the heavy machine guns? Or the machine guns over there? Right, the Scots should be able to... 3 Scottish battalions should be enough to destroy that one. And then, if I order you forward, then you should be able to fire upon this one. And the cavalry can be moved into position. Machine guns mowing down the poor home guard, left without a commander. That one was sent away. We've got some straggler home guards over here. I don't want to have to walk all the way over there, right? Or I'll still send the Scots. And the elites will be moved forward. Machine guns will hold their place. We got the hussars and the dragoons ready to move forward. Oh. Are they pulling back? What are they doing? Enough rifles in these 2 companies to cut them down. Let's make sure they don't shoot each other. Ooh, that pistol shot only took out 6 of our men. And the dragoons break before they're able to fire a shot. I'll charge after them and get rid of them. Right. There we go. Victory was achieved within 6 minutes. No surprise. The enemy general rode on to a bloody nuke at the start of the battle. So whatever morale his home guard might have mustered to defend the homeland really dissipated within seconds. Now, we shouldn't set a precedent here or give the Germans any ideas by gassing the poor civilian home guard as it's running away. Right, the battle is won. First victory for Field Marshal Haig. It counted as a decisive victory, and I'm not surprised as we lost 300 men compared to the German force, which lost every single troop, as well as the famed General August von Mackensen. We managed to kill a few of our own, but very few, to be precise. We killed about 29 of our own, which is really good. And the force is mostly intact. Most of those 300 were directly from the sappers being put in harm's way. But I imagine if we look at the kills here, yes, the sappers top the kill list. The secondary bomb, which blew up an entire regiment, actually 2 entire regiments, and a little bit more as we can see here, tops the leaderboard. 428. So I imagine those, I mean, they never really fired a shot, did they? I ordered them back as soon as I could. So all those 425 exploded. The other sapper, if we find him right there, he only killed 54. So he must have shot some, or if Mackensen had troops close by. Poor General rode straight onto that. It's a bit of a delay as well. Oh, it actually portions out some of the kills. Oh yeah, because no one can retreat from this, so additional kills are portioned out. So even the general got a few kills. Chevron's joy being gained mostly by the machine guns. Not a high amount of loss on them, even though they received some fire. So good all around. And with this, we take control of this. And we're gonna go ahead and occupy it. Now, it's a really good place to occupy because we've got iron mines that we're denying for the Germans, as well as factories and forward barracks. Very nice. We're gonna go ahead and repair all of this, and we'll be able to keep this as forward post. But as you can see, there's a lot of German armies in the area, and we've got Ludendorff heading straight towards us. It's another smaller army though, so they really need to ramp up the attacks if they're gonna try and retake that. Also, I want the French to kick into gear. Why isn't there I mean, there's loads of French troops. Why aren't they marching across here? Now, obviously it's a choke point, so it's not super easy to march through here, but still, I would like to see some French forces moving through, not just gone in and stationed this guy to control it. Did I remember to move the fleet? No, I did not. Right, we inch closer towards Gallipoli. How many more jumps will there be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish until we reach Constantinople. So by that time, it might have started snowing, which wouldn't be the best thing to land, but there you go. Let's go ahead and see if the Irish want to go ahead and fight us then. Or if they're just going to loot the countryside. Who knows? Looks like I was actually kind of on a right track with the Irish not actually attacking, but raiding a load of places. So, enemy raid at Waterford. Ace of Rising. After being absorbed into the and so on. We get more rebellion, so I guess more troops have turned up. Which is true, there's troops everywhere now. There's these small groups everywhere. The main group is moving forward though. I was able to get service battalions. Maybe I should put someone in charge here. This guy certainly does not look... Strong defender! I guess this guy will do. He's a strong defender. He'll get 2 stars when defending. So we put him in charge. Repression in all regions. Very good. Troops on Ireland being recruited. Let's go ahead and get some more of those Canadians. Some more Canadian shock troops. I think 2 is enough. Then we'll add cannons to this army. I need to ship this aircraft across. So we get more reconnaissance for Hague. And I also want to see if the Germans have made any progress on their attacks or counterattack or whatever they want to do. This guy is getting closer. Duke of Württemberg is moving closer. Or he's just planning to stay on that bridge. So the inaction of the Germans allows me to possibly continue my attacks. What I'm thinking is we should probably go down, clear this area out. And then if the secondary army would be ready, we could have it launched by the navy over here. But then again, we never went in and attacked the main German fleet, so I don't think that's actually an option. I could sacrifice my transport ship by sending it up, disembarking the army, and then letting it be sunk by the enemy here. Should go ahead and... One thing that I should actually spend some money on is the rails, so we upgrade the resupply points, because we get really poor resupply wherever we go. Back to the Irish. Seems like the Irish problem is going to persist for There's no point in actually repairing that, because and also keeping the fleet there, or the destroyer, it can stay outside. I guess this problem will persist for quite a while, because there's a lot of Irish all over the place. Let's go ahead and make another jump with the Navy. Make sure to raid enemy trade as we go along. And we're getting closer and closer. I think we'll actually be able to jump quicker than I thought. We'll be there in 3 turns to actually land our troops. And we'll be able to, the turn after that, attack Constantinople. And hopefully kick the Ottomans out of the war. Look at that! The Russians, in a surprising move, has taken Budapest. Hungary. They've moved in on the Hungarian plains and taken Budapest. That's a huge move. I was expecting them to go for Warsaw, but they made it through the mountain range and then onto the plains and down here. They're blitzing the capital. Interesting. That means the Russians just one turn away, and similarly the Italians are. Maybe, just maybe, I should divert this force to land here and go for Serbia instead. That would be more pressing, given that the Russians are close to... The thing is, they're taking victory positions that I need. Oh yeah. As much as I would be concerned about the Russians, I just remember something that will happen to the Russian Empire, whether or not they're successful in the war. And, you know, them holding victory regions that I need is not as much of a concern that you might think. With that said, I think we'll actually end it here, and we'll figure out what the Irish are doing next episode. So with that said, I'll say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.